Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Office Adda 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of accounting and financial management for bankers. So let's study. Today we'll be talking about the Unit 2 altogether. So that means it's going to be a mix of Unit 1 as well as Unit 2. There are multiple topics that we'll be talking about today. So let's quickly move on and talk about it. Plus, everyone, the registrations have started. For this particular week, there are no extra charges. After this week, the extra charges would be applied. So it's way better that if you're applying for this examination, then apply it in time, right? So do it as early as possible because the examination center change is going to be a little cumbersome this time. So it's better if you're looking forward to it, then kindly do the registration as early as possible. The last date is as such 21st of August, but with including the late fees. Only this particular week there is no late fees. Okay? So reminder call for everyone. Okay, here comes the first question. The first question says that according to the cost concept, assets are recorded at lower of cost or market value, cost and market value. Assets are recorded by estimating the market value at the time of purchase. Then assets are recorded at the value paid for acquiring it, or assets are not recorded. When we talk about the cost concept, talk about the market value at all. It will always ask you at what price did you buy it. Tell me about that. So in this case, the correct answer is just nullify the portion of market value. They are not worried about market values. They are worried about whatever amount you paid for acquiring it. The correct answer is C. Cost here is also associated with historical cost. Once it has already been incurred, only after that we record it in the books of accounts. Okay? Next is, what do you mean by accrual basis of? It does not give a true and fair view of the P&L. It may or may not give a true and fair view of the profit and loss position or none. See, when we talk about accrued means you are recording the things even when they are due. Even on the due basis, you will record it in the books of accounts. So when you will record the things in the books of accounts, then accrual basis can be defined as something which gives a true and fair view, right? Because we are going to record the things as and when those things actually became due. We are not recording it on the cash basis. It says that, okay, I hope it's visible right now. Let's talk about it. According to the money measurement concept, what do you mean by money measurement concept? The money measurement concept says that all the transactions are events are recorded. All the transactions are recorded which are estimated in money terms are recorded in the books of accounts. All transactions and events which can be measured in money terms are recorded in the books of accounts, or none of the above. The money measurement concept says that record things in the books of accounts when they actually involve money. If they do not involve cash, then it should not be recorded in the books of accounts at all. So the most important area is money measurement concept. Records only ones which are in terms of money. All transactions and events which can be measured in terms of money are recorded in the books of accounts. Now, the sales book is a part of, this is a subsidiary book. There are so many subsidiary books. So in this case, what would be the correct answer? It says that sales book is a part of journal, trading account, balance sheet or ledger. Subsidiary book. So what I do is either I will record everything in a rough notebook and then I will put it in their regular heads, or I will directly put it in the regular heads. So I don't maintain the rough notebook. But the point is, we record the things as and when they happen. So in this case, the correct answer would be the journal. Sales book is a part of journal. So the first book that which we record everything is called primary book. Journal is the primary book, and subsidiary means additional books. Instead of recording everything together and then classifying, now we are going to put things into different heads. So in this case, the correct answer is journal. Journal records all the events of the organization in a chronological order. Chronological order means we will record things date wise. Okay? So we will record the things date wise. Question: which account will be debited in case wages are paid for installation of machinery? Machinery account, installation, wages, or cash? Since in this case we are paying for the wages, na? So in this case the correct answer would be machinery, because without paying for the installation, can we have the particular machineries installed in our area? We cannot have it. To have that, we will have to pay. So in this case, the correct answer would be machinery to cash. Would go to the machinery account. Here comes the next question. The cash discount received is recorded in the books of accounts as follows. Cash discount is credited in the discount received account. Cash discount is reduced from the invoice price. Cash discount is debited to discount allowed, or any of A and B. Cash discount, okay, there are two kinds of discounts. In terms of discounts, we can define there are two kinds. One is called trade, the other one is called cash. When you purchase something in bulk, then from the manufacturer to the trader, those particular things are called wholesale retail. That is called trade discount. Okay? And then when we talk about cash discount, it is because of the prompt payment, because the person is making immediate or early payment, so we will reward that person. In this case, since we are receiving the cash, that means cash discount is being received, so this discount is an income. It's not an expense, it's actually an income. So cash discount is going to be credited, right? Because I have to pay less to the other person. If I have to pay less, it would be called cash discount is credited to the discount received account. Right, everyone? Now let's move on to the next question. The next question says the ledger is called a book of secondary entry, primary entry, final entry, or none of the options. The ledger is called the book of secondary entry, primary, final, or none. If we look at the ledger, it is called a book of secondary entry. First things goes into journal, then goes into the area of ledger. So in this case, the correct answer is it is a secondary entry. Question: which of the following will result in the disagreement of the trial balance? These things will cause a problem in the trial balance. Sales return treated as purchase, purchase return treated as sales, then RAM account wrongly credited instead of Sham account, or undercasting of the book by 1100. Okay, when we talk about the sales return as return as purchase, both of them are debit side items, so it is just the problem of heading. Then purchase return treated as sales, both are credit items, it's just that something was written here, it is written here, but they are written in the same column, so ultimate total remains the same. I was supposed to write 2 plus 4, this was A and this was B, I wrote this as A and this as B, the total still remains the same, it is 6, so this is not correct. Amount is credited in the books of accounts, okay, instead of Sham. In this case, what has happened is only the name has been changed, rest everything is same. Then we have undercasting the cash book. If we talk about undercasting, in this case, that means on the cash book side, the debit side is being lessened by rupees 1100. So in this case, the correct answer is D. Next point, the balance of the petty cash is an expense, income, asset, or a liability. When we talk about petty cash, this is the cash that is left by the year end, as if we have given a petty cashiers. That means this particular money is given to them so that they can incur the expenses in relation to the small expenses of the business, courier based expenses, right, repair based expenses. Those are minor expenses, stationary based expenses. These expenses are very minute in nature, so we will record them cash, petty expenses, and whatever money is left after doing all that is called petty cash. And cash account and petty cash account are two different there. When your regular cash is being used, that is cash account, and when it is given to the petty cashier so that he can take care of the minor expenses, then it's called a petty cash. Ultimately, because both of them are asset, it's not about anything else. Ultimately, it is still an asset. Next, source document or voucher used for recording entries in sales book is. We are looking forward towards sales book right now. It is invoices received, invoices sent out, credit notes received, or debit notes received. The rule is in terms of vouchers, sales. Now we will basically invoice everyone. Issue an invoice in the name of the person that, sir, you are supposed to pay me money. So it's the sales. Then invoice received, you will issue me an invoice if you have if you are selling something to me. So this is my purchase. Debtors, the debtors are actually giving me this particular threaten, and they are saying that so the one who was earlier your debt be credited because his amount has to be reduced because he didn't get those goods at all. Same thing goes with, opposite thing goes with debit notes. This is basically our return, and if return anything, then that is called debit note. Right, so these are the different documents which are maintained by them. So in this case, what would be the answer? It is invoice received when someone says you have to pay and you agree on it, that is purchases. When you send someone the particular thing, called sales. And then credit notes are basically issued sales return, and debit notes are in case of the purchase return. Chali. So answer is invoice sent out. Okay, so here comes the session to an end. But before I end this particular session, have you reviewed our JIB CIB area at this point of time? Courses are active, and what you can do is you can look forward to the courses, as the courses are currently available at double validity. Double validity is one of the basic points where you can not only prepare for JIB but also add it up in terms of CIB as well. So both of these things once bought can be used according to your situations there. Right, so what you can do is you can look forward towards the JIB first and then finish off the CIB. How are you going to have ample of time? In this case, double validity is going on. If you buy it, you just have to use the code JC80 and you will get for 11,500. How do we look forward to these particular classes? These are interactive classes. You will as well as bilingual classes. You not only get the ebooks for one class, you will also get for all the batches that are coming up. Then you will also be getting the PDFs of classes that have been done or been being in the process there. Then at the same time you will also get marathons and mega marathons, and at the same time get information regarding the whatever happens in this particular area. If we are adding even a single more batch, then everything would be available for you. So that means JAIIB, SEBI, Mahapack, you are done with this. And if you are looking forward towards bank promotion as well, what you can do is you can take up the offices at the Mahapack. That is again a bigger Mahapack which contains all those things, including the CCP code certifications as well. So if you are preparing for it, just check out the particular information on our website or in our app and kindly be there and let us know our classes are being helpful for you. If it is helpful for you, then please don't forget to like the particular class and share it among the peers. Right? Thank you so much everyone. I'll be meeting you tomorrow. Morning everyone, welcome to Officers Adda 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar and I am with you with the area of accounting and financial management for bankers. So for the JAIIB today we are going to start with module A, unit 1. Okay, a couple of concept based classes are already done with this, that was done in the previous month. So I believe you will be able to find a good number of classes related to the basic concepts. So keeping that particular series forward, what I'm starting with today is the MCQ questions on the same. So let's quickly move on and talk about it in detail. First point. The first question says, which of the following transactions is not of financial character? Right? So first of all, we are going to talk about which of the following is not of a financial character. The things which are not of a financial character would include purchase of asset on credit, purchase of asset for cash, withdrawing of money by proprietor from business, or strike by employees. If we talk about which of the following is not of financial nature, if we talk about of not being in the financial nature, would be something that does not involve rupees or money at all. Right? So purchase of goods on credit, even though you are not paying in cash, but it involves money. Purchase of goods for cash, it involves money. Withdrawing of money for the purpose use, which involves again money. So the strike by employees is only which can called notional losses, the losses which can occur in future, but there is no clarity about it right now. So in this case, the non-monetary part is only the strike by employees. Next question. Following is the example of the external users of the financial statements. Do you know the last step of the accounting cycle is to let the people who are interested, let the people know that whatever is happening with the books of accounts. So basically you are doing, the last step is communication. So how do we define the term communication here? Communication is basically letting the people know about the books of accounts. Is it by the government or by the owners or by the management or by the employees? Following is the example of external users of financial information. Right? So the ones, owners are internal users. Management is also sitting within the organization. And employees are the people who takes care of the business. Ultimately, they are the ones who are working for it now. So in this case, the one which is sitting outside but still asking about the business is the government. So the external user is government. Right? Now let's move on to the next question. The next question says that the business unit is separate and distinct from the person who supply capital to it, is based upon money measurement concept, going concern concept, business entity concept, or dual aspect concept. In this case, what are they saying? In this case, they are saying that the business unit is separate and distinct. This case says that whatever the case may be, the business and the person are two different things. That means if A invested in A and company, so in this case the money which he invested is called capital, and the money which he withdraws from the person, from the business, is called drawings. So the person and the business are not the same, they are two different sides. Okay, so first thing is business unit is separate and the from the person who supply capital to it. So in this case, the correct answer would be what? The correct answer would be business entity concept. So the correct answer is business entity concept. Next question. It says accounting has certain norms to be observed by the accountants in recording of the transaction and preparation of the financial statements. So they say accounting has a very important role to play in terms of the working. These norms reduce the vagueness and chances of misunderstanding by harmonizing the varied accounting practices. So when we talk about this is the definition of which particular thing: accounting regulations, accounting notes, accounting standards, or accounting framework. Regulations can be said as rules and regulations, but in accounting we do not use the term regulations. Accounting notes are basically explanatory statements. Accounting standards are basically the norms which are prepared, how the books should be treated, how the things should be treated in the books. And last is accounting framework. That is not called accounting framework now, it is called financial reporting framework. So which are basically that reduces the vagueness, the confusions among the various things, and of misunderstanding. It tries to reduce the area of misunderstanding as well. So in this case, what is this particular definition about? This particular definition is about the accounting standards. The correct answer is accounting standards. These things are about the accounting standards of the organization. Done? Okay, now let's move on. The basic considerations in distinct between capital and revenue expenditures is or are. See, there's a difference between the thin line of difference between capital and revenue expenditures. What are the different areas? In terms of capital expenditure, we can state the expenditure that we are incurring in order to purchase an asset, or when we sell an asset, it's called a capital receipt. While when we talk about revenue expenditures, revenue expenditures are those expenditures which are incurred to maintain the day-to-day expenses. So in this case, first part is capital expenditure, which is done on the basis of the assets that are required in the business, and day-to-day expenses to be incurred to maintain the business. So the first point is nature of business. Second point is effect on revenue generating capacity of the business, purpose of the expenses, or all of the above. Based upon nature of business, see, in terms of services, we have less of these things. Of the business, there we have more of if we are into manufacturing, we need a factory, we need machineries and all. So the nature of the business will determine whether we need more capital or more revenue expenditures. Generate effect on revenue generating capacity. The assets will increase the revenue generating capacity, while for example, if I expand my studio, it will increase my revenue generating while if I just keep it clean, in this case it is just a revenue based organization, revenue expenditure. It is not improving, it is just maintaining where it is. Purpose of expenses: if the expenses are of long term nature, then it's a capital expenditure. If it is of a short term nature, then it's a revenue expenditure. So based upon this, all these considerations, these define our expenditures. So hence it is called all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. Next question, everyone. Which of the following is not a transaction? Goods are purchased on cash basis for rupees 1000. Then salaries are paid for the month of May 2010. Then let's take it 2023. I think the date has to be changed a bit. This is basically a very this is a question from a previous examinations being held, so changing it that way. is purchased for rupees 10 lakh and employee is dismissed from the job. Which of the following is not a transaction? See, first one is a transaction. You are purchasing goods for cash, done. Salary is not paid, that means it's outstanding. Again, a transaction. Transaction means where something is happening in the business. Land is purchased for rupees 10 lakh, again a transaction. An employee dismissed from the job, it is something that is not having any financial character. Since it lacks the financial character, this will be treated as a non-financial thing. So it's not a transaction. It's just a basic knowledge that yes, the person who's working for us is not working for us anymore. Right? Then here comes the next question. All of the following statements are objectives of accounting except. The following are the accounting objects but remaining aren't. Providing information about the assets, liabilities and capital of the business entity. Maintaining records of the business, providing information about the performance of the business entity. Then providing details about the personal assets and liabilities of the owner. All of the following statements are objectives, that means these are the goals of a business there, but except the following, but one of them isn't. So in this case, what would be the answer? See, the point is it helps in providing the entire information. So first is correct. It helps in maintaining the books of accounts. This is also correct. What they want is which of the following is not an object. Then comes providing information about the performance of the business is also correct. The only wrong point is that this is the personal assets and liabilities of the owner. It has nothing to do with the working of the owner. It is separate from that. Right? It providing details of the personal assets and liabilities of the makes sense, na? Nothing related to the owner is noted in this area. Dash principle requires that the same accounting method should be used from one accounting period to the next. Conservatism, consistency, business entity or money measurement. Dash principle requires that same accounting method should be used. Right? We are asking that the same method should be used from one accounting period to the next accounting period. These are different concepts. Conservatism says anticipate the losses but not profits. Consistency says you can use one particular method. You can start with from A and then you can continue. If you have switched to B, then continue with B. Then don't do this after using A sometimes and you shift it to B and then you shift it to A again. That is not consistency. Business entity. The business entity can be stated as something where it is separate from that of the business there. Then the business and the businessman. Money measurement says anything that can be stated in terms of money should be recorded in the books of accounts. So in this case, it is money measurement. When we talk about the answer, as discussed there, it is B. As once you have started with A, there is no problem switching to B. But if you have started using B, then continue with B. Don't come to A again, don't come to C then. Don't go to any other system there. Question everyone. It says the substance of the transactions gets preference over the legal position. The transactions and the events recorded in the books of accounts and presented in the financial statements should be governed by the substance of such transactions and not merely by the legal form as per the concept of faithful representation, substance over form, neutrality or fair disclosure. The question seems to be quite complex. It says the substance of the transactions gets preference over legal position. Sometimes whatever the legal situation is, the question can look different. The transactions and events recorded in the books of accounts presented should be governed by the substance of such transactions. Whatever the transactions are, it should be followed by the reality of it, not by just the legality of it. The correct answer here would be substance over form. Don't look forward towards the legality. Look at the facts that are visible to you. So in this case, the correct answer is substance over form. Next question everyone. It says that assets should be valued at the price paid to acquire them is based upon. See, if I purchase a particular asset for 1 lakh rupees, so I should record the things at 1 lakh rupees. Or shall I record it at fair market value every year? It is accrual concept, cost concept, money measurement, or realization concept. In this case, the correct answer will come out to be assets should be valued at the price to acquire them. That means we should buy it whatever price we have bought for it. That should be considered till the time we are not selling it off. This is accrual. Accrual concept is due basis. Then cost concept is historical cost. That means at whatever price we buy things, we record at the same. So I hope you have got the answer. So I'll continue with C and D as well. Money measurement concept says that you should record the books of accounts in such a way that only money measurement should be recorded. Then comes realization concept. This concept says you should record the books of accounts on the basis of cash. In this case, the correct answer is B, as discussed, right? Moving on to the next question. Okay, so this is where I end my particular session. I hope this particular session was beneficial for you, and I hope you have already looked forward towards your registration, as the registration has started yesterday. And if you haven't looked forward to it yet, so kindly look into the matter, because now the registrations have started. There's only one problem: if you make any kind of delay, it can impact your the selection of the centers there. Plus, at the same time, if you delay it, then you will also be getting charged certain amount as well. Late fee starts on after this particular week. The late fee will start. So if you can finish up your form filling in an early time, then why not look forward to it, right? I'm sorry. You can take up our JAIIB October 2023 batches. At this point of the Samkalp batches are going on. So in this case, we are starting from another batch that is starting from August 4th. That is within 2 days we are starting with another batch. So kindly go ahead and check it out on our website or in our app for further details. If you're looking forward to it, all you need to do is use the code BUY NOW. Then you can use the discount coupon code, that is JC80. It would cost you 15,999.20, and you will be able to look forward to it in such a way that it will be less costly. Acha, and at the same time, if we look at the Maha packs, Maha packs are available at the Maha packs are available. Just a moment. Let me share the particular details with you. Here it is. Okay. As you can see, the JAIIB Maha Pack is currently available at it is available at double validity at this point of time. If you'll buy for 6 months, you'll get it for 12. If you buy it for 12 months, you'll get it for 24. You can use the code JC80 to get 81% discount. So if you're looking forward to it, then kindly hurry up, because this is the perfect time to look forward to this particular batch. Under this batch, we are not only providing you English medium and the bilingual batch only. It also includes the test series, e-books, as well as the revision batches that we will be coming up with. Along with this, the JAIIB CIB Mahapack 2.0 varies from the previous packs, because now we are also covering second and fourth Saturday doubt class. We are also covering the examination from the point of view of marathons, mini marathons, as well as practice paper will also be given to you. So if you are looking forward to it, you can use the code JC80 and you can get it at maximum discounts. Okay, so that's it. So let's end it here itself. I'll be meeting you in the next session. Till let's keep on working, everyone. Thank you so much for being there, everyone. We'll be meeting in the next class.